Guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about another story time of mine that actually happened to me. Today we're going to be talking about a jealous bully or what called like I'm I'm a pygmy in a way. She used to go to Head Start with my mom back then. And Head Start is a program to help kids get ready for kindergarten or first grade, which is basically their preschool, which is the first like actual grade in school in the United States. Um, and what my mom said about her back then is that she was very smart. She's very smart and she can see her doing well in future grades. Well, she changed over the years. At the time when I was around her age, which I was probably like 3 or 4, I didn't know my mom was in a program like that because I was 3 or 4. I didn't know that. But later on in life, my mom told me that she used to teach her in Head Start, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so I tried to befriend her because she used to go to Head Start with my mom. So I tried to befriend her, and that's when everything went sour. Now, she found out that I was her daughter, my mom's daughter, and after a while of her getting to know me and observing me, she got jealous because of my lifestyle, because of my family, and a bunch of other things. I was spoiled back then as a kid, so I got a lot of things that I wanted without really needing to like ask. So she was quite jealous of that because she didn't have parents like that. But this she started bullying me around like 5th, 6th, or 7th grade, which is basically elementary and middle school. um, One of the things that she would do, um, is that anytime I had a crush on somebody, she had to have the same crush as me. It had to be the same person. She did not care who it was. It had to be the same person. And if I ever befriended like any girl, she had to be friends with the same girl and try to make them hate me. Or she tried to say lies about me or try to make me feel bad for being myself around them. Um, or she would make up fake stories and stuff like that, and I always had to be like, no, that never happened. Why are you saying that? Like, blah blah blah. Like, no. um and one thing she really liked to do, there was another girl in my friend group. I'm gonna call her Ken, or Kenny, whatever. Kenny, she was kind of close with me back then. She had a lot of mental issues. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because the girl that went to Head Start with my mom, she took that as an advantage to basically be very mean towards Kenny, and that really pissed me off because Kenny was very mentally unill and needed help, and I was being very supportive of her, trying to take care of her and stuff like that. And her doing that to Kenny didn't make anything easier. Um, so I kind of had to separate the two from each other, and I stopped befriending that girl after she kept doing all these terrible things. One of the things I remember her doing, like actual scenarios. Okay, these are scenarios now. She would, not she would. There was a necklace that Kenny gave her. Okay, that she really valued and liked, and it was made out of like I don't know if it was like Play-Doh or wax or something, but it was made out of something like that. It was like a necklace. It was a metal necklace that at the very like little thing that was connected to it was made out of wax or plastic or something. Not for sure, but she gave it to her, and the first thing she did was be like, "Oh, it's so pretty," and then grab it and then break it, and then started laughing. And it actually broke Kenny's heart because that necklace was actually very valuable to her. And she trusted her to not break it. And then another thing that she would do is she would she would make Kenny hate herself even more by saying terrible things about her for no reason. Like they could be in the gym, right? and she would randomly call her fat or ugly or I think you get the motive, or not the motive. I think you get the idea. She would just say terrible things about her for no reason, like it's funny or like it's okay or whatever. Um, and she tried to do the same thing with me. Honestly, I just ignored her most of the time. Another thing that she did do is there was one time me and her were doing a we were partnered up in a group project, and I just want to say it didn't go very well. It was like some type of math project. I think it was like a little fun mini game thing. Um, and we had to have a equal amount of certain little things in our boxes, and we had to learn how to do like money trading. Okay, like actual real life like money trading or something like that. It's been years. I don't remember. I'm just guessing what it is. By the way, I don't remember. And she was so jealous and wanted everything to be about her that she took most of the things and put it in her box and say that it was equal, when I could obviously tell just by my eyes that it's not equal whatsoever. I had like about like 20 and she would have like about like 50 in her box. Like that's easy to tell right there. Like, hey, it's not equal. Like, let's fix that, please. And then she was like, "Oh no, no, it's equal. It's equal. I don't know what you're talking about. It's equal. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? It seems like you don't know how to do math." And I'm over here like, "Bitch, I know how to do fucking math. I'm doing better than you in fucking math right now. That's the main reason why he partnered you up with me in the first place." Like, the teacher at the time was a male, by the way. Not the same teacher I talked about in last story time. It's a completely different teacher. This is like in sixth or seventh grade, so I had a completely different teacher. But I was like, the whole main reason why we're partnered up together is because I'm doing better in math and he wants me to help you. Like, what? And then I actually had to get the teacher involved because she would not listen to me. And the teacher said, if you do not work with me, right, me, myself, CJ, you will get in major trouble and you will lose a good amount of your grade or you will get detention. You choose. So that's when she was like, "Oh my god, I can't do what I want with her. She wants everything to be her way when she wanted everything to be her way." I heard her say that in the girls' bathroom later that day to I don't remember what the other girl's name was except one of them, which I'm not gonna say their names. She's like, she wanted everything to be about her. And I'm like, no, you stole most of the freaking items. What do you mean I want everything to be about me? I was just trying to freaking do good in school. Um, And what even made it worse is that she would sneak out of school and she would go and get like food when she wasn't supposed to. At my old school, we were not allowed to leave the school premises at all during the day unless it was something for like something serious, like a doctor's appointment or vacations or whatnot. Sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath. I just took a shower and it was a very hot shower. So I was very cold. So I took a very hot shower. So sorry if I sound out of breath. But she would sneak out of school. She would do drugs a lot in the um girls' bathroom. If I'm for certain, the drugs that she did was like weed and vape. I think she also did cigarettes too. She did like a whole bunch of different type of drugs, but I don't know why. She also liked to cause chaos. Like there was one time where her and a group of girls went into the girls' locker rooms and used all of the school's soap in the girls' locker rooms and in the boys' locker rooms and poured it everywhere in the girls' locker rooms to the point where the whole girls' locker room was just filled with soap. And a lot of the stuff that was in there actually got destroyed because of the soap. And the school was not very happy about it at all. They asked a bunch of girls and a bunch of guys if they knew who did this. I told them I had no idea, but I gave them suggestions on who might have did it, and I told them exactly who it was. It was that girl in her group of friends. That's the first people that came to mind, and I told them about it. So they went to go investigate that group of girls. I honestly, I don't know. They would also like to break the roof of like the school. The roof of the school, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like styrofoam, and they're like little like platforms that you can pull up, and they goes into the top of the school like an attic, and they would like to break those platforms. And some of my friends thought it was funny at the time until they got in trouble for it. And then once they got in trouble for it, they stopped. I never did that. I never played with the roof of the school because I didn't want to get in trouble and I knew it was wrong. So I didn't do it. Um Another thing that she did is that she would try to steal my ideas in school. And one of my other friends, we're gonna call him Chris. Okay, I'm gonna say his name because you might see him later on in the channel. Honestly, me and him are very chill now. Still, a lot of my old friends at my old school, a lot of them are not chill with me anymore. But he is very chill with me. Chris, um, I think it was his grandpa. Yeah, his grandpa. His grandpa noticed that this girl tried to copy my ideas. That he had to help me and my childhood friend Et with a science project because she was copying our idea, which caused it was going to cause a major problem for me and Et and her, which I did not want to get in trouble, and either did Et. So we were so confused on what to do. We talked to him about it and he noticed it, and then he told us what to do. And when he told us what to do, we sneakily, like, he would distract that girl, and we sneakily did it. So what we had to do is we actually had to build a functional bridge with popsicle sticks that actually was strong enough to actually have a car go across it without it breaking. So that's what we had to do. And he helped us figure that out without that girl copying us. So props on him. If Chris is watching this, say thank you to your grandpa for me if you can. I don't think he'll remember me, but anyway. But yeah, and then another scenario that she did is I used to have a major crush on my ex back then in middle school. Um and she noticed it. She was very jealous of it because she thought my ex was cute too. So what she did is that she manipulated and I think gaslight gaslight and guilt trip my ex into dating her. And how she did that was the first like steps I seen her do from my knowledge is force him to sit next to her and her grab his arm and snuggle on him. And he couldn't move or he was gonna get like she was stronger than him. So she would like squeeze his arm so hard to where it would hurt if he tried to leave. And me and my friend group were not very happy about that. One of the people in our friend group were about to go actually fight her over it. I was about to fight her too because what the heck? We talked to my ex about it, and he said he was too scared to confront her, and he was kind of just rolling along because he was too scared. Um, and so we eventually had to step in after a while. One of the things she would do is that there was one time where she tried to kiss him, and that's where it drew the line for him. He didn't want to kiss her. He also didn't want to see her after school and a bunch of different other things. And when she kept pushing these things, it kept pushing and pushing and pushing to the point where it was getting pressuring on him, like peer pressured. He drew the line. And that's how he got her away from him. She was really pissed off at him and my friend group after that too because we helped my ex um, get away from that environment, and she got really angry about that, and she actually threatened to hurt me because of it, like bring a whole like weapon to school and hurt me. That's what Kenny said to me, but I don't know if that's true. Um, I'm trying to remember another thing that she did. She also tried to get me and my childhood friend Et together, And me and ET, like years and years ago, found out that we would never work out together because we both had different interests and types. Like we find different people attractive, and we also don't work well together because he doesn't like physical affection that much. He's more of an emotional person, and I like physical and emotional. So it wouldn't really work out for both of us, especially with the likes and dislikes that we have and how we, you know, roll. But she would try to get us together for some reason. I think there was also one time where she would try to, besides copying me, I think, I think she tried to spread rumors about me too. Like one of them was like what I mean by getting me and ET together. One of the rumors I heard from, I think it was from her, is that me and ET were dating. Another one I don't remember very vividly because back then I didn't listen to rumors because I knew rumors were terrible. Um, I think I remember her saying that I wanted to actually like fuck my ex back then. Like I was being very creepy towards him and shit. I think that was another one she also caused, which back then I didn't want to f anybody. I just liked people. I just liked people. Um. Oh yeah, I have another one for you guys. Okay, so another one is that this is someone in the friend group. Okay, was in the friend group after this whole scenario went down. She was removed from the friend group. She made a rumor or a lie. This not the same girl we're talking about. We're gonna call her Lou. Lou made a rumor and a lie about my friend Chris, saying that he sexually touched her without her permission, which was not true. I was there during the scene, and he did not touch her sexually at all. All he did was touch her shoulder, like patted it, touched it, and apparently that's sexual touching. Whatever. And Shelby heard about this with the pick me girl at my old school. I hated that pick me girl so much. I still hate her today because she's still a pick me. They went around and told the whole fucking school about this rumor and got Chris bullied so bad to the point where he had to leave school. Like it was starting to get like emotionally like hurting bullying. Like they targeted every single thing about him and made fun of it in the most terrible ways possible. Um One of them that I remember doing is one of the kids from the school. I don't know the person's name. They took his like favorite belongings, which was his passion, and fucking threw it in the fucking garbage. And there was a bunch of liquids in the garbage, and they did it on purpose. And when me and him tried to grab the stuff, it was ruined because of the liquids that were already in the garbage. Um, so he had to leave school because of that shit. All because of those two girls. Which really still pisses me off today because I just can't. I literally just can't. And then, here's something I'm also going to add on to this. I just took a second to remember some things. One of the things that this girl did to Kenny is literally make her super insecure about herself to the point where she wanted to cut herself and kill herself, and she hated everything about herself, which caused her into deep depression. She would make fun of her passions. She would make fun of the way her hair was done. She would make fun of her for being friends with us, like me and my friend group. She would also make fun of her for the way she acted, a bunch of other things that made her hate herself. Um, and I told her, you need to get away from that girl. I told Kenny, you need to get away. Took her a while to finally get away, but she got away. Um, there was also another time where Back then we had this is when we had to get our water changed because of our propane tank and had to get removed because the propane tank was so old. It's been there since the house was like built, so we had to get it like changed. But when we were getting the propane tank changed, we weren't able to take showers for a couple of days. Okay, my hair was getting greasy, I wasn't smelling so well, blah blah blah. This girl, okay, the girl thought it would be okay and thought it would be like awesome for some fucking reason to like make fun of me for it. She was like, "You know your hair's super greasy and you don't smell that well. You know that, right?" And I sat there and I looked at her straight in the eyes and I'm like, "Yeah, and we're having issues with our water right now because it's getting changed." And she shut up about it. Like, so what if I don't smell good and my hair is greasy? I can't do shit about it right now. At least I'm still putting deodorant and perfume on to make myself smell decently well. Like, shut the fuck up. Literally, shut the fuck up. Um, and some of you are gonna say, what about cold water? What about cold water? The problem is that if we don't have our propane tank there and the water, like, whatever it's called, the water heater or whatever, I would be taking a shower in freezing cold water. Like extremely freezing cold water, and I'm not doing that. No, thank you. Even today, I would still not do that. But apparently, after I left, this is what I've heard. Apparently, after I left my old school, she went into a deep, I want to be a rebel and I want to be different phase and got herself, I think, removed from the school, if I'm not for sure. Like, removed to the school to the point where she had to go to a mental hospital and had to be arrested and a bunch of different type of stuff. And I'm not for sure, but I think she got into a very disgusting situation where she's had sex with like multiple different men. That's what I've heard. But if that's true, that is absolutely disgusting. Honestly, for how she treated me back then, all the terrible things she's done, I kind of hope she gets an STD for karma. Not gonna lie. Anyway, one of the things I also remember another thing. One of the things that she did is that I used to draw a lot. Back then, I used to be a big art drawer. I used to draw for hours and hours and hours. Okay, and I love to add color to my drawings too. She would randomly like the most random times. It would be like once every 2 weeks or something. She would come up and see what I'm drawing, and she would be like, "What the fuck are you drawing?" I'd be like, "I don't know. I'm just drawing." Like sometimes I would be drawing an OC of mine or someone in my friend group because I would be bored. I don't know. I would just draw. She'd be like, "That's so fucking weird." I'd be like, "Okay." And then I don't remember the whole goddamn like thing that she said because it's been so long. I blocked out her stuff. I blocked her out of my mind so much to the point where most of the things she's done is like gone. They're just gone. Um, she would make fun of it, saying that I'm terrible at drawing. Um, that's creepy that I'm drawing my friends. And by the way, my friends did not care. They actually liked that I drew them, by the way. So when she said these things, I was like, okay, go ask them if they find it weird or not. Not you shouldn't be telling me if it's weird. Like what? If they don't find it weird, then I don't care. Like, shoo shoo. She would tell me I was super like annoying and like cringy wasn't a word back then, but like back then at this time, she would be technically she said I was cringe for liking Fallout and all these different type of games and series. And I'd be like, why? And she's like, because it's not like a normal like thing to do. That's technically what she said, not actually, but she said it was not a normal thing to be interested. She was basically calling me a nerd, a fucking like weirdo. And I'm like, okay, at least I'm not doing drugs. That's me saying that now, but back then I didn't say that because most of the time back then I was just like quiet about it. I was like, at least I'm not doing drugs. At least I'm not out here trying to get my pussy fucked every 2 fucking goddamn seconds. Like, damn. Um, and every time there was a new guy that came to school, she would be all about them and would not leave them alone. She would try to gaslight them and manipulate them into being with her, a bunch of different types of shit. And then she would try to lie to the guys, saying that don't be around me and my friend group because who knows fucking what. There was one time where I remember her saying, "Don't be around me and my friend group because we're absolute weirdos that are into things that's just not normal." That's actually exactly what she fucking said to the new guy before I left. And I was like, what the fuck? Just like, what the fuck, whatever. But she was completely jealous of me because of how big my family was, how nice and loving my family is, how much stuff I had, all the things that I had, the friends that I have. She was jealous of a lot of things of me. Like, she was jealous of my hair color. I remember her saying she was jealous because of how dark my hair is. I'm like, why are you jealous of my dark hair color? What? Huh? But yeah, that's the whole story on her. I don't know if you guys liked it. I kind of just bunched it together because, well, I couldn't remember everything until halfway talking into it. But yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this because she is still around in my old school today, and I think she's still jealous of me because I got with my ex. And I think when she found out that I got with my ex and we had a very strong relationship in a way, I bet she got pretty pissed. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. Anyways, bye guys. I'm signing off.